She's running around a 5-1 because she's that tall, and she can play in the front row. Let's see what that float serve's looking like right now. Going to aim for that right back. Picked up, looking like an early ace.
I mean, what a way to start it.
Barely didn't get it over. Now we got Schubert serving over. And Tatum's going to get blocked by Johnson.
She struggled on the serves, on the reception errors. That's her 7th of the year.
Schubert back to Jackson. Krichkovic out to Corthes, who's going to get a short little roll shot over. Going back to that right side, we're going to see St. John getting some action here. Up to Johnson again. Johnson doing successfully well so far on the offense. Be recovered. Back to Johnson. Blocked, picked up again. Schubert and Johnson getting the small into their way. Arndt from the back row. Back to Tatum, who's looking to put it down. Saved by Schubert, but too tight to the net, and we could not see. Float serve over out to Schubert. We got Blue, who's going to get back to Avery Torrey, who gets stuffed by Jager and
you can
Gray.
credit Jager and Gray. You just said it.
Float serve over. Johnson's going to pick that up for Blue. Going back to Arndt from that back row, right off the block, picked up Krichkovic, back to the back row for Jager, and Jager's going to put it down right in front of Arndt. Had to get to the school names. We're going to see Siegel coming back to serve, send it right back to Highfill. Looking to be a hard one for Arndt to get over, and it's going to be blocked by Borsama right into Lester's head. Arndt looks at a little bit of regret there. That's always a funny moment on the court. Holder coming back to serve. Or to see Jager just pummel the ball. Highfill looking for a set, and Lester's going to send it into Borsama's block. It's going to be a block for Borsama.
But Indiana's done enough to have a comfortable lead.
See a float serve back, and we're going to go right back out to Arndt, who's been a key player for the Red Hawks so far. Going to try to block it over. Tried to be picked up by Corthes. It's been an amazing defensive save by the Hoosiers. Arndt sending it right into that block. Schubert tries to pick it up, and what a recovery from the Hoosiers. Confident, just gotta send that down. Arndt back to that service line. She could be the last rally for this team as we start off with an ace.
And you know, I was talking with you a lot about what stuff you look for during a game.
The experience this player has is insane. Going back, picked up by Jager, gonna make it work for Borsama, who's gonna put it down and gonna end Arndt's service run. But looking for the set point here, Jager. Right over to Schubert. Gonna have to recover here. Arndt out of that back row. Nice little pickup here. Out of that back row for Tatum. Gonna send it into Holder's hands.
Pinball.
Back to Tatum. And they couldn't keep it in the court. The Hoosiers will take set one with Avery Tatum to close it out. Blue was the other one we're talking about so far in this matchup. It's being ace for Holder. These early points can mean a lot. It can shift the tide of the game that early, but nothing's too late in volleyball. There's no clock for us to run out. It's been a kill from Jager from that opposite side. And she's going to go back to serve, but right now let's look at that replay. Beautiful.
And the issue is it's in between them from the set, so just not a very good set from Blue.
Smith looking for that serve, and she's going to find Johnson. Blue on that backslide, couldn't get that full connection. Be sent over. And Gray's going to try to show him how it's done for a slide. Arndt out of that back row. Picked up by Smith. Out to Corthes, and she's going over that back corner. Great pickup by Arndt. And Johnson to send it down. Chopped up. And a free ball over by Krichkovic. Going to still make it hard for the other team. And it's going to be out of... Ooh, going to be a touch.
That's the downside of playing the 6-2. Less communication, less consistency between setter and hitter.
Great pass from Jackson to set up that offense from Krichkovic and be put down by Corthes. Gonna need some more sugar to power me through some studying tonight. But Schubert is gonna send a high one over and almost put down, but Torrey's gonna save that one. And Gray says, don't try to save that one, as she puts it down on a slide. I just want to touch on that as we see a lot of plays on the
No, I'm not saying that's anything with this.
No.
I'm just saying that's how I view the term.
Of course. But Torrey's going to view the ball down to the court. It's going to be a great response here out of that timeout.
Trying to replicate that later in the set.
And we're seeing Mackenzie Tucker, and hey, here's Mackenzie Tucker. We just saw her serve for the first time, even though her service run is going to end short. Coach Julie Yankus. See Siegel back to serve. Going back to Highfield, the 14-14 connection. I always love noticing that. But out to Jager, who's going to send it down right to the right.
Heels that time, caught on the heels, and it's an ace.
But now the crowd is on their feet as Schuberth is going to take that one right back to Torrey, who's going to send a long ball down to Krikovic. And Arndt is going to have to make that one work for Jager. He's going to put it down and end the second set with a cross kill from that outside.
The second set was the set of Jaidyn Jager. It was a lot of her coming up clutch. Indiana found themselves.
And we're looking at another great match right here as we go back into the action. Schuberth is going to give a nice high ball for Arndt to send to that back row, and Jackson's just going to bat it away out of bounds. Not the point and not the defense that you wanted to see there. Yeah, and they are tied for service errors right now. So Indiana less aces, more same amount of errors. Not a bad stat line to me. Arndt out of that back row, and Jager can do nothing about that. Her platform just not where she wanted that to be. But again, we have not talked about Lucy Arndt enough, in my opinion, about this game.
Does it give your setter more time to set up the hitter the way that you would like?
No. A ceiling can actually be devastational for an offense. Like, you are scrambling. You hit that ceiling, you don't know where that ball's going to go.
Or not hit it, but make it go way up in the air.
Yeah, way up in the air. Not too high, because then it's going to come down and feel like a rock in your setter's hands. So they're going to keep it right there. Lucy Arndt with an attack error. How is she hidden on the night so far? She's at an even 0. What do we got? I'm trying to read lips here. This guy is getting really animated. Krikovic out to Corthez. Burns going back to Torrey. Krikovic's going to have to make it work and set it off to the back row. Jager's going to dump it down in the middle. Free ball over from Highfield. This could be the play. This could be the chance to shut down this rally. Opting for that dump again. Arndt's going to send an attack over. Blocked by the front row. Out to Oxenknecht, who's going to get the kill and put it down.
So impressed with Oxenknecht so far today. Started off hitting 1,000. That's lowered a little bit over the course of the match. At this stage in the set, it's very difficult. You need a real run here if you're Southeast Missouri State.
Couldn't agree more. And we're trying to see a run here from Arndt as she's powering out from that outside. But Siegel's got her number right now. Schuberth, we're going to set up Torrey on that right side. Going to give a nice little loft over. Krikovic out to the middle. Red Hawk even scrambling to pick it up. Arndt again slamming from that outside. And what a way to put it down from the Hoosiers. Ending that run is Corthez, who just says no more of that rally and gives it back.
And Southeast Missouri State wants to get every single point they can until this one is over.
I don't see a clock anywhere, do you?
Not me.
No, I only see points, and I don't see that Indiana has a 25. But hey, they're near in there. That's another one for Corthez.
And blue for them set-wise, but they're trying something else out.
Why not? Krikovic. And it's going to be Gray, nearly puts it down. Picked up by the defense. And it's going to be a net call on, I think, Avery Torrey. Not the way you want that one to end out.